Okay, today we'll try another drawing. So I'm going to open a new, I'll just open the file and show which one we are using. Okay, so this is a simple drawing. It's a simple one. And okay, this is the drawing. Let's see how we can make this. Okay, it is 96 by 96. 96 by 96. It's a rectangle. Okay, and here you can see two rectangles are there. The outside rectangle is 96, and for the inside rectangle you can see there is an offset of 12 units.
Okay. What you are doing when you want to make it bigger? This view.
Scroll, use the scroll wheel, scroll.
Scroll. Okay, very
Right,
good.
just scroll and then press the scroll wheel and then you can pan it. See this,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. This is this is
press and drag. So these are the things that we learned in the first class.
yes.
Right, okay, right. So you can see the measurements here. This is 12, the spacing is 12, and here you can see the spacing is given as 17. This is 17, so each one is 17. So 17, 17, 17, like that it goes. And here there's a circle diameter 28. Okay, so let's try making this. So for that you can start with a new file, Control N, click on the arrow and choose a metric file. See, click on metric. So we get this file like this. Okay. And here for ease of drawing, I'm going to draw it in the same file. Here it says it's 96 by 96. It's a perfect square thing. So I'm going to use, instead of the line tool, this time I'm going to use a rectangle. Okay. I'm going to use rectangle. Take the rectangle tool. Then after enabling the rectangle, you can decide at which point you want to start. I want to start it here. One click, and then look at the properties here, the options, the area, dimension, rotation, three things you can find. You can use. Okay, I'm going to use a dimension. I know the dimension is 96 by 96. So you could either type D, enter. You look at the blue color. The blue color letter says that's a shortkey. So D, enter, will enable dimensions, or you can click here directly. You can see the hand appearing. Okay, so after clicking on the stage, once again, that was the rectangle. Click on the canvas, then type D, enter. Now it's asking for the length. Length is 96. Enter. Width is 96. Enter. Look at this, it's ready. Now one click on the canvas, done. So the rectangle is ready. Okay, so we made a rectangle. So this is a rectangle. So we did this with this rectangle tool. Now the next thing, you can see there is an offset value mentioned as 12. So let's make that offset. I'm moving to the offset. 12 is the offset distance. 12, enter. Now click and click inside. So that part is also done. So it looks like a frame. So we made the first rectangle to be 96 by 96. Then the inside one with the offset given, we gave it as 12 inside. So two rectangles are ready. Okay. Now the next thing, look at the thickness of this crossing rectangle. The cross, it is 17. 17. So for drawing this, what I'm going to do is I'll draw a crossing line like this. Look at this. Click, enter. See, a crossing line like this. And another one here. One, two, enter. So I made these lines like this. Okay, now look at this. Here we can see there is no line like that what we have made. So these two are for reference actually. Okay, so here what I did was I made a crossing line like this, which is not there actually in the original drawing. I made two reference or starting point. These two are the starting points. Okay, so let's see what to do. Here it says it's 17. So what we do is we can do offset this line half to this side, half to the other side. So we get this 17. So we're going to take the half of 17. That comes to how much? 8.5, right?
8.25.
Right, 8.5. Right. Okay, I'm going to use offset 8.5, enter. Now 8.5 plus 8.5, we got that 17. This 17 is now here. This is 17. Now this one 8.5 plus 8.5, enter. So that 17 is ready. Okay, once you set this much, you can delete the two lines we started with. No need of this. See, we got it like this. Okay, 17 by 17.
Very good.
Right.
Very good. Yeah.
Now we know that another 17 is here, another 17 is here. So we need to offset the two times, not 8.5, but full 17. We know
Yes.
that, right? Take the offset. 17, enter. Then 1, 2. This side. 1, 2. Now here. 1, 2. Now this way. 1, 2, 1. Right. Done. Okay, so we got it like a mesh. After this, we will be trimming the extra lines. Okay, let's do one thing. Take the trim tool and press enter and trim all the extras. See, like this you can trim. I'm trimming it. Two, trim. One. All the extras are gone, but still inside. See this. Look at this portion. We don't want this thing. Gone. This one. Gone. 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 Right. So it's almost done. Now what extra is the circle in the center. So for that, we need to find the center first. So after trimming this much, I'm using the line tool. 0.1, 0.2, that's in the center. Enter. Repeat. 0.1, 0.2. Enter. So we are done like this. Then this circle, its diameter, it's 28 diameter. So let's take this circle, center diameter, and I'm going to place it here. 28, 28, enter. So we have this circle here, and take the trim once again, trim, enter, and remove the extra lines. So if you zoom in, you can clear it easily.
Okay.
Done. So it's done. Look at this. The drawing is ready. Now, another thing, look at this line type. This is a dashed line.
Yes.
Right, we have a dashed line here. Okay, let's see how to make a dashed line. I'm going to pick this line and this one also. So we have two lines selected, two lines are selected, and we want to change the property of these two lines. Okay, now let's move to this properties. Look at this, properties are there. In this properties, you can see the color is there, the line thickness is there, the line type is there. Okay, so I'm going to use the line type. Here the phantom is there. So if you click, you look at this, the phantom is assigned. See,
Yes. Yes.
now we have a new line type assigned. Okay, let's do it again. Go to properties. The third option is line type. Click here. I'm going to click on other. The last option in that third property is other. That means you get a line type manager dialog box. This is the line type manager box. Okay, and then in this you can see the four styles here. Okay, by default only three will be there. Now in this window I'm going to use the load button. Okay, so what I did was I selected these lines, then, or even without selection, you can go, okay, go to properties, line type, other, and click on load. Look at this, you get a huge collection of line types. See,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
That means if you want to try some other styles, you can take it from here. Okay, lots of line types are there, and phantom is there, phantom 5x is there, 2x is there. Okay, maybe I'll take this 5x, point 0.5, that's 5x. I'll take this 2x. Then click OK. It gets loaded here, right? Phantom 2x is loaded here. Then click OK. Now let's apply this. I'll take this line. I want to choose that phantom 2x. Look at the difference. These are two scales. This one is smaller. This one is wider. Select.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Take this phantom X to double the size. Okay, so this way you can apply or you can change the line types in AutoCAD. Right, now the next thing, I want to apply dimensions. Okay, we know we can apply the dimensions here. I'm choosing the dimension, and in this dimensions, what I'm going to do is I'll take a standard dimension. Okay, okay, leave that portion. I just took that dimension. I'm applying here. Look at this, it came like this. Repeat. Okay, like this it's coming. Okay, but I want to customize this. Look at this. It's different, right?
Yes.
The units is different. This is in feet. Okay, now we're going to customize the dimensions. Okay, let's see how we can do that. We'll apply these dimensions first. Okay, we have all these dimensions. Now what we are going to do is we are moving to the third tab, that is the annotate tab. This is annotate. Go to annotate tab. In this annotate tab, you can see the text, you can see the dimensions, and you can see the multi-leaders also. Okay, these are annotation elements. Annotate means mark, right? You put mark on the
Yeah.
tab. Okay, so you can use text, you can use the dimensions. And here, why two dimensions are there? Two windows are there. This is for the dimensions, but the same thing is available here also. Why we go here is because here we can create styles for the dimension. Okay, we can create different styles for the dimension. In this dimension we applied, it's a standard arrows thing, right? It's a regular one, but it's not visible actually. And this one is a stylized one. Look at this. Okay, so let's see how to customize your dimensions. How can you customize your the dimensions you have created? Okay, so in the annotate tab, the first thing is text. We have the text here, and if you look at this window, you can see two types of text are available. One is a multi-line text and the other one is single line text. Multi-line text we use for writing paragraphs. See, if you want to write something as a paragraph, see, this is for writing a paragraph text. That's a first option. Multi-line text. If you have lots of text to be included, then you go for multi-line text. Okay, and the second option is single line text. Okay, this is single line text. This is single line text. Okay, so take the single line text and you can type, see, regular text like this. It will not go to the next line. This is single line text. Okay,
Okay, okay.
single line. For the captions and all, you can use the single line text. Okay, that was single line text. Okay, let's see how we can use the styles for the text. Maybe I'll open a new file so you can find it better. uh, okay, so in this file we'll try the styles. Okay, I'm going to draw 150. 50. Okay, I made some lines. I'll put the dimension, annotate. Uh, yes. Okay, this is the dimension that I created. Okay, now I want to customize this. Okay, and right now you can see it's not at all readable. It's not readable. So what we are going to do is go to the annotate tab. From this annotate tab, you can see the first thing, the text. So what I'm going to do here is from the text panel, this whole thing is text panel. From the text panel at the corner, you can see the setting, style for the text. And in the second panel, dimension, style for the dimensions, leaders, style for the dimension. So the corner arrow gives us the dialog box for creating styles. Okay, so let's take the text first. I'm clicking on the arrow at the corner. Remember, it's at the corner. Click at the arrow like this. Oh, sorry, I dragged it. All right. Okay, click at the arrow like this. See this text style dialog box is there. Again, we got it from annotate, text panel, and click at the corner. We get this style for the text. Yes. In this, you can see two standard styles are available. One is the annotative one and the other one is a standard one. Annotative, you know, right? Annotative means, drawings have some drawing scale. Look at the bottom. It says 1:1. That's a standard one, right? And many of the times you'll be using different drawing scale. Okay. For example, you may be using 1:100. That means 1 unit is in the paper is equivalent to 100 units in real time, right? That is a
So
drawing scale,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in AutoCAD we can set the drawing scale. So if you're using this annotative style, you specify that if you use this dimension, we get the option to specify the drawing scale also. Okay, that is a annotative style. Okay, look at this, the annotative thing is turned on. Okay, that's the annotative. The other one is a standard one, you can use it as it is. Okay, whatever unit is there, it comes as it is. Okay, now two types of dimensions are available here. I don't want these things because we have already used a standard one here and we found that this is very small. You cannot see the arrow, you cannot see the read the number. So what we are going to do is from the same window, look at this new,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to do this. So that was from annotate, text panel, click at the corner and click on new. I'm going to type here T1. That's the name I'm given for this style. Okay. Style name, I named it as T1. Okay. Or text one, whatever it is. Okay. T1 I named. Click OK. Look at this. Now the T1 is available here.
Yes,
T1 is
yes.
available here. Okay, now what all things are available for the properties? That is the font, the text. I want some readable font. The TXT is readable, but I want something visible. And okay, Arial. I want this Arial font. And then what other styles are there? Regular, bold, italic, all those stuff are coming here. Okay, I'll use a regular one. And if you want this to be annotative, you can turn this on. I'm not using that. Height of the text. Okay, now it says 00. I want this to be, you can customize it later. So I'll put it as 10. So now the text height is 10 millimeters, 10 mm. Okay, 10. Effects, I don't want any effect, upside down, backwards, nothing. I don't want anything. Okay, so what I did was I created a new style here. I've selected a font and font style. If you want, you can choose maybe bold. I select. Okay, then height, font name, font style, height. Three things I specified. Then width factor is there. I'm keeping it as 1. That is 100% actual. I'm not changing it. Better you not change this width factor. Okay, otherwise it gets stretched. The text gets stretched. So I'm not using anything here. Keep it as 1. Oblique angle, if you want it to be slanting text, you can use it. I'm not using it. So only 3 things I used here. That is the font name, the font style, and the height. Now apply and close. Right, so we have some text here. Okay, so let's try using that single line text. Click and go straight and click. That's the angle. Okay, I'm going to type here lines. See this?
Yes.
Beautiful text here. I typed here. Okay, now I'm going to repeat this because I want some more text but smaller than this. So what I'm going to do is go to annotate, go to the text panel, click on the arrow, and then click on new for a new style. I'll name it T2, the next style. Arial, this time I want it to be regular. I want it to be 5 points, 5 units. Apply, close. Now once again, I'll use a single line text, click. What if I click like this, slanting? See, now you can type in a slanting way, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
right, okay. So that depends on how you click. For example, if you have the single line text, the first step is the starting point, then you can say the direction, straight. See, you can decide
Mm.
like this. Okay, right. So we have created the text here, and this text I want to include with this dimension. Look at this, it's very small. So now we are going to work with the dimensions. And so that was the first panel, that's for the text. Now the second panel is for dimensions. Look at this, it says dimensions. And same like this arrow for the text, for the dimensions also, we can see the settings. One click on that settings button. Look at this. Here also annotative is there. ISO is there. Okay, I don't want these things. I'm going to use a new one. Look at this. New button is available here. So one click on new. Okay, dim one. That's the name I'm giving to this. Dim one and continue. I just gave the name only. Then continue. Look at this. Oh, so many tabs are there, right?
Yeah.
But it's easy to understand what these things are. First tab is for lines. For any dimension, 2 lines are coming. The first is the dimension line, and the second one is the extension line, right? Dimension lines are there. Which is the dimension line? The line on which the dimension is written, that is the dimension line. This one, for example, this 100. This arrow, the line with the arrow, is the dimension line. And the second one is the extension line. You can see this dimension is starting from a particular point. That is a extension line. This is the extension line. You can see this, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is the extension line. So 2 types of lines are there. You can even give some color for the dimension lines and extension line. Color, I'll take this yellow. Line type, I'm not changing. Line weight, I'm not changing. Extend beyond text, I'm leaving it as it is. Baseline shift or baseline spacing, you can give, I'll give it maybe 5. Okay, so I gave a baseline shift. Then, and this base, what is baseline shift? That's from the starting point. What is the spacing? Okay, baseline shift. And then there is an option to suppress. Look at the preview. Look at the preview here. You can see the yellow line because I gave the yellow line, a yellow color. I don't want the line with the arrow to be displayed. You can suppress it. Dim line 1, suppressed. Dim line 2, gone. Now there is no dimension line. This way you can suppress either on the left side or the right side. So if you don't want to show the line with the arrows, only the number will show. Dim line 1, dim line 2. That's for suppressing it. Now let's move to the extension line. Now we know what is a dimension line. See the line with the yellow color is the dimension line. Now let's move to extension lines, and I'm going to make it blue. Look at the screen. You can see the blue color here. So this is the extension line. We can see it here. Line type you can change. Line type 2 you can change. Line thickness you can change. I'm not doing using any of these things. If you don't want to display these lines, you can suppress it. Extension line 1, extension line 2. You can suppress like this. Okay, I'm not suppressing it. We want to see that. Then Next feature is extend beyond dim lines. You know, for all the dimension lines, you can see it gets extended after the arrow. That is extend beyond dim line. See, extend beyond dim line. It'll be getting extended after the dimension lines. Extend beyond dim lines. And then offset from origin, from the start. Actually, in these lines I created, you can see you can hardly find where it is starting and which one is dimension line, which one is regular line, because there is no gap here. It's too close to the drawing. So let's give some spacing here. I'll give a spacing of 2. Okay, right. Okay, that's it. Then you can change, go to the next tab, symbols and arrows. I want it to be maybe rounded. Look at this. You can set the size. I'll make it 1.5. You can decide what you want. Only thing that I did here is I changed the arrow style. Then text. You know, we already created the text here, right? I want to use the same text. We created T1, T2, two styles there. Let's see if it is available here. Look at this. We have this T1, we have this T2. Both the text styles are available here. I'll take this T2. See, now we got bigger size text.
Yes.
Okay, so the text that we created here is available here. Okay, we did this. And then how it looks like, look at the dimension. It's slanting. And look here, 150. It's vertical, right? Okay, I don't want it to be vertical. I want it to be horizontal. Look at this, straight, straight, straight. It'll be easy to read. No need to turn your
Yes.
head, right? Here you need to turn your head, 150, right? In this
Yeah.
portion. All right, but when you turn and change this to horizontal, it'll be good. Okay, so we got that. And that was the text property. Then I'm jumping to primary units. In this, you can see the decimal places. See, 14.11, but it is actually comma, right? It's not point. Okay, fine. I'll make it 1 decimal place. If you don't want decimal place, you can make it 0. Right, I'll make it 1 decimal place. And I don't want it to show like 16,6, 14,1. I want it to be point, 14.1, 16.6, like that. So what to do? Decimal separator, change that comma to period. Look at this, perfect. Now we got it. 16.6, 14.1, like that. Okay, now that much I did. Linear dimensions, precision, and decimal separator I changed. Rest of the things I'm leaving as it is. So what we did was we changed the line properties. We changed the colors to see what exactly it is. So there we saw the dimension lines, the extension lines. We gave some different colors, and we set the offset from origin. That's a starting point. We gave a gap so we can see where it is actually starting from. Then we applied a different arrow type. We set the size. Then we went to the text. We selected the style we already created. And you know, we can even give a color. I'm not giving any color. And the text alignment from the second option, align with dimension line, I changed that to horizontal. Right, that we did. And then we have the primary units here, right? In this primary units, we set the precision to 0.0, and we change the decimal separator from comma to period. Right, that's it. Click OK and close this. Okay, now I want the style to be applied here. I select this, the dimension, then I'm moving to the dimension panel. Look at this. The one that we created is here, dim one. Look at this, it is assigned.
Good.
Yes. Okay, I want this to be applied to all the dimensions. Select one dimension, right click, and choose select similar. Okay, so when you do right click, we get the option to select similar. So I'm going to click on select similar. Look at this, all the dimensions are selected. Now we are moving to annotate, dimension, click, and choose. Done. So we have applied stylized dimension here. Okay. Later, if you want to edit this, for example, this looks too close to the line, or maybe here it looks too close to the line, the spacing. To edit this again, go to dimensions, click at the corner, choose the dim one. That's the one that we have created. Dim one, then click on modify. And this time I'm moving to primary units. And let's say I want to move the text. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, sorry, it's not the text. Yeah. Go to the text and then look at the feature offset from dim line. Offset from the dim line. The text I want to move up from the dim line. Instead of 0.625, I'm going to give it 1.5. Click OK. Close this. Look at this. Now extra space is there. Look at this. We got extra space. Now the yellow lines are not touching the text. Okay, I made it 1.5 spacing. See, even here it went a little bit up. 1.5 is there. This is the 1.5. Okay, so this way you can create or customize the dimensions so that it'll be readable and you can work on it. Okay, so it'll save a lot of time by creating styles, because you can later, with one click, you can apply to the dimensions. So it's very easy to apply. So this can be used with any type of dimensions. Okay, whatever dimension type you are using, you can use this angular 1, 2. See this, perfect. It comes like that with the same style. It comes. Okay, so that was dimensions. Okay, so we created text here, the style for the text, dimensions here, and style for the dimensions. Click at the arrow for that. Okay.